Hey up me ducks, how are we doing today? Oh, there's so many lovely, wonderful names in the chat. I was just sitting here having the first sups of my coffee and looking at all the lovely people. So let's do some hellos before we get cracking. So first in was Rob. Hello Rob, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Um, still thinking about my sunset. No sunset this week. What a difference a week makes. The sun has already set. It is pitch black out there. No sunset. It's already happened. Oh, mind you, last week it was 4 p.m. because I went live on Sunday, didn't I? That's why. It's not a difference. I'm 3 hours later than last Sunday. Papa Magus or Magus, you've changed your name. Nice to see you. Almost caught me off guard then. And the lovely Caroline's here, and Ramon. Hi, Ramon. And Joanne. Hello, Joe. And Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. And we have got Kristen Louise. Hello, nice to see you. And Calla. Calla's here. I was thinking about you today. I've not seen you for a while. I hope you're okay. And Douglas. Hello, Douglas. And the lovely Patrice. Hello, Patrice. Hope you and Vanetta are well. And Mimi and David. And the lovely Ellie. Nice to see you, Ellie. We've got our Kim from Moon Whisper. Love to see you, Kim. And long-haired skinny-eyed toe. And we've got Jamie. Hi, Jamie. And Tortoiseshell Moon. Kathy. And JL Tours. Now, I knew your name. Just remind me of your name again. I have a brain like a sieve. And Patsy's here. Hello, Patsy. Nice to see you too. We've got Michelle from Angelic Michelle, Pamela, and Be Charmed. We've got Javi and Sparkling Sia. And who else have we got? That I hope I'm not missing anybody out. We've got M.A. Nice to see you, M.A. And Beth, Andrea. We have got Pia and Maharet and Lynn, Karen. Loads of people are here. Kat, Yoga, and Catherine. So nice to see you all. It's really lovely to see everybody here. And hopefully I haven't missed JL Tours. Give me their name. No, I haven't. Okay, so have we all got a cuppa? I've got a cup of coffee. I had some tea this afternoon, and well, only about 2 hours ago. I've just watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks again. I haven't seen it for a few years, and it's one of my favourite. I like old school Disney. I've got Disney Plus, and I don't know. I mean, it's great that they're still making films, but you can't beat the old sort of 60s, 70s, where they're kind of like half film, half animation, like Mary Poppins and Bedknobs and Broomstick. I suppose it's because it's my childhood it's representing. But yeah, I watched it this afternoon and it just brought back so many memories. My earliest memory is being at school, and it must have been like the last day of the year. We all sat in assembly, you all had to sit in rows, cross-legged, and they had an old cine reel projector, and they showed Bedknobs and Broomsticks in my school, and I'd be about 6. So it came out in 1971, so this would be about 1977. Yeah, and we watched it in school, and I just remember being absolutely transfixed by it. I loved it. So, yeah. Let's have a look at some more comments. Oh, Carla's had COVID. Well, speedy recovery. Lots of people are sick at the moment. JL works. Okay, I'll use JL then. Thank you for that. And hi, Kate. Bedknobs and Broomsticks is great. Yeah, it is. And Escape from Witch Mountain. Can you believe I've never watched that? I've never seen it. Bedknobs is lovely. It is. It's what we grew up with, says Kim. Yeah, I think that's probably why it's, you know, the people that are the kids that are kids now that will be people in the future will look back to Coco and Soul and all the new kind of Disney films that are coming out. But yeah, but Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Love it. I hear you on the nostalgia, but I have to say I appreciate my granddaughter seeing strong female role models saving the day. Yeah, but don't you think that, like, Mary Poppins was a strong female role model? I know she was hired help, but, you know, she was the person that sorted everything out, wasn't she? And I guess with Bedknobs and Broomsticks, you know, Angela Lansbury's character, a real sort of, plus it's about witchcraft, which is great because it was mainstream. And she wasn't doing things that how witchcraft used to be and still is really portrayed in kind of Hollywood. I'm so annoyed. I was bidding for Winter Weight on eBay, got distracted at the end and lost it. Outbidded by £1. Oh no, that is gutting because Winter Weight is a fab deck as well. Shari says, I came in just in time for Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I needed to watch something like that because I've been binge watching and I've seen them before. And I might have mentioned this on Sunday. Happy Valley. Have you guys seen Happy Valley with Sarah Lancashire? It's on Netflix, but it's also on BBC iPlayer at the moment because they're bringing out a third season. It says end of 22, beginning of 23. Well, we're nearly at the end of 22, so I think it'll be after Christmas, you know, the January kind of dramas that are on. But it was so good, it was gripping. And they're bringing out a third series, so I thought, and it's 6 years since season 2, 8 years since season 1. So I'm like, I need to refresh my memory of this. And I'm glad I did, because I'd forgotten so much. But now I'm all geared up, ready for season 3. But it's quite hard hitting. Triguna Macoides Trichonum Cetus D. I want to start singing now. Substitutionary locomotion. Is Becca here? I see Patsy saying, hey Becca. Oh, there you are. Hey up Duck Egg and everyone. Hi Becca. I watched one of your videos today that I'd missed in the week. I couldn't be there last night because it's the Danceability, the last Friday of every month. There won't be one next month because that'll be the day before New Year's Eve in just a month's time. When we think of how fast the months are going by, the next one, Christmas will all be done in a month. A month today is Boxing Day, isn't it? Well, if you go on the number 26. But it's Christmas Day is a Sunday, so 4 weeks tomorrow? Madness. But hello, Becca, anyway. Winter Weight regular versus Winter Weight glitter. Well, I've got the glitter, so I'm probably a little bit biased. It's my little, I mean, look, it's glittery Kelly Bear pouch. And it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I'm not sure if the glitter will show on this kind of light. It should do. But it doesn't look as glittery through the lens as it is in actual real life. Let's show. And the cardstock is wonderful. There you go. Look how beautiful that is. I think the one they're bringing out now, they're using like the lamination has got like sparkles and things. But this is such because I guess they've got to catch the glitter within it. That it's such a chunky deck. It's a real. Look at the colours. Oh, beautiful. So I love this deck. When's 1st of December? Because I whipped this out on the 1st of December. Every year. I've had a winter weight for how beautiful that is. You can see all the kind of rainbow colours as well. I've had a winter weight for about 4 years. Yeah, 2018, end of 2018. And I always get them out, as you'll probably remember, every single oh gosh, just look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous. The way it makes the star stand out in the sky as well. I'm missing all the comments. I should really put comments on here as well, shouldn't I? That's it. Really pretty. The blues in that glitter deck are fab. Gorgeous colours and loving the glitter. Yeah, it's worth. It just adds that extra sort of element to it with the glitter. It's really strange as well because you'd think the glitter would come off, but it doesn't. So it's obviously under the lamination of some sort, but it has like a matte, not a rough feel because it's smooth, but I don't know if you can hear, it's got like a texture and then it's smooth on the back. But it's gorgeous. So that will be coming out in the week because we head into December next week. Gosh, head into December. Can you believe it? Okay, let's put that back and let's have a look at some of your comments. Me liking that deck. I just finished the Great British Baking Show. Do you know, that's one program I've never got into. My sister loves it, but I don't know, there's something about it. It's a little bit what we would call twee. A bit twee. Not that there's anything wrong with twee, but I'm not very twee. You might not agree with that, but I don't think I'm very twee. Have you started watching Wednesday? Is that the Addams Family Wednesday Addams? I've heard about it. No, has it dropped in the UK? That's the thing. Douglas, are you in the UK? I don't think you are. Somebody let me know if it's dropped in the UK because I'm a Celebrity Finishers tomorrow and then I'm at a loss. Hello Robin, what have I missed? We've just been doing introductions, asking if people have got a cuppa, and then I went down a rabbit hole with the winter weight because Patsy has just lost out on an eBay bid by a gutting £1. Yes, watching Wednesday on Netflix now, loving it. Oh, that's Sandra, so that means it is in the UK. Oh, good. I might have to watch that then. After tomorrow's final. You missed old Disney versus new Disney. Yeah, because this afternoon I've watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks and I was just saying how I love the old classic Disney films. Although, that said, here's a contradiction. I'm really enjoying the remake of the animated film. So like Lion King, that's been remade now into CGI type, is brilliant, as is Dumbo. So I'm liking when they take an old classic film, but for me it has to be like scene for scene. Do you know what I mean? because the story is great. It doesn't need tinkering with. Hello, Hermit of Visconti and Suleika. Nice to see you both. It was amazing, and I just finished binge watching. Oh, I've got so many plans for tomorrow, for Sunday, and I bet I end up just binge watching Wednesday. Robin stayed up all night on Thanksgiving watching Wednesday. Loved it. Oh, it's binge watching good. Binge worthy good. I hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving. I did put something in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? It was the day before yesterday, wasn't it? But yeah, I hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving. My husband, I don't always watch British Baking Show. We were just watching it. Do you prefer the glitter to the non-glitter? I do, Calla, yeah. There's just something, I don't know, that extra little glittery effect just makes it a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more Christmassy. So yeah, loving the glitters. I love glitter, makes me nostalgic. Yeah, it's like, do you remember those little, well, we had them in the UK, I'm not sure about other countries, but there used to be like little long plastic vials filled with glitter and a little cap at the top, and you turned it to make a hole, and you'd get your glue all over your homemade Christmas cards that you did at school, and then you'd shake the glitter on it. And then I used to love the bit where you got the, say this was it, you'd got the card and you do shake off all your excess glitter. Oh, the little things. And when you got coloured glitter, wow. So it always used to be silver and gold when I was a kid, then they started bringing out all these nice colours. The blues in that glitter deck are fab. Only Murders in the Building. I've not seen that. So festive. Gosh, I must be behind. I never seen that one before. The Winter Wait. Oh, you haven't? It's by the guys over at Tarot Collectibles, who are lovely. Both of them are really, really lovely. They've done things like Groovy Wait, Tripping Wait, The Dead Wait. Quite a few decks now. Boo Tarot, I've not seen that. I think the collectibles site says it's varnish. Oh, okay. There's a cheeky downloadable Christmas tarot on Etsy. Downloadable. So you just download the files, then you go to somewhere like NPC. That's a bit like the Moonlight Oracle. That was downloadable on Etsy, and then you printed it. Well, I didn't, because I'm a bit of a numpty when it comes to things like that. So Brant did it for me. That looks so pretty. The feel of glitter freaks me out, so it's good that it's smooth. Yeah, it doesn't, you don't get the, it's got a texture, if that's the best way to describe it. Simon, if I look up that RWS deck you showed just now, do I search for glitter RWS or RWS Christmas deck? Search for the Winter Wait by Tarot Collectibles, and it will give you the options then to search for. GBBO is so much fun, but I miss Mary, Mel and Sue. Oh, the Great British Bake Off. Beth says, what the F is twee? You've not heard the word twee? Perhaps it's a British word then. Twee means sort of like nice, you know, and bit sort of middle of the road. Like people might wear tweed twee and tweed. I wonder if that's related in some way. But twee, it's just sort of like nice. Average twee. Or a little bit chintzy. You know, if like my grandma's bungalow, I would probably have said is twee. Was twee, a little china cabinet and perhaps some doilies on the arms of the sofas so they didn't get dirty and things like that. A little bit twee, a little bit country kitcheny. Always makes me hungry, cooking shows. I think that's probably why I don't watch them, Becca. I'd be like, oh, that looks lovely, that cake. And then I'd sit here and think, oh, I could just eat a slice of cake. Times Tesco's open till on a Saturday. I've just started watching it in the UK. Yes, it's on Netflix in the UK. Oh, Wednesday this is. Gosh, I must be so far behind. Hello, lovely Kay. How are you? Is it cartoon? Oh, Wednesday. Don't think so. Wednesday, I mean. No, I don't think it is. Is Mike Tyndall going to win the show in his Budgie Smugglers? No, Calla. I think Jill Scott. I've said it for about a week now. Jill Scott is one of the lionesses. So I don't know if you know who the lionesses are, but women's football is really starting to take off, and about time in the UK, or because they won the Euro Cup last year, the Euros. So it was the first major game, World Cup or Euro Cup, that England's won for 50, as it was then, 55 years. 1966 was the last time. So they became like huge celebrities, the lionesses. And they're called lionesses because, like the men's team, you wear there's 3 lions on the shirt to represent parts of the UK. Well, George, what is the lion? Because it's England team, so it's not separate parts of the UK, but there's a significance about the 3 lions on the shirt anyway. You tell I'm not really into football, can't you? But I didn't really know much about her. She's the only female left in the jungle and has been since the beginning of the week, really. But she's a really likable and lovely woman, and I think everybody in there just has fallen in love with her. She's just lovely, so I think she's going to win. I've got a feeling Matt Hancock is going to come second. There was such a controversy about him going in. He was the health minister during COVID and made some terrible, terrible mistakes. But he went in to redeem himself, his words, and ask for forgiveness. But because he was so hated, when he went in, he was voted for all the tasks. But because he was voted for all the tasks, he got the most airtime. And so people are either keeping him in because they've got to like him, because he does come across as likable, and people are fickle and forget, or they're keeping him in because they just hope there might be some drama or something. I don't know the reasons, but I think he'll probably come second. I wanted Boy George to win. I was voting for Boy George because I get 5 free votes a day with the app, so my votes were going on Boy George. No, it's not a cartoon. I need to catch up a bit because I'm so far behind in the comments that thing's happening now where it's moving. I loved Disney Plus for old Disney movies. Brings me back when my children were little. Yeah. I don't believe I know Carol Hertzer. Carol Hertzer, I've got a couple of her decks here. She repainted, bear with, I've got 2 versions. She repainted the RWS in kind of like, I mean, it's thick, but she took the black and white images of the RWS and painted them herself, and it's quite psychedelic and a little bit trippy. I went for the thick ones without any names, any titles or numbers. But yeah, so this is the illuminated deck by Carol Hertzer, and the colours, I mean, look at that. But then there's also the Starlight, and there's more. There's a Crystal Vision kind of one, Crystal something, or so then there's this one, which is the Starlight one, which is darker, and it's got these black backs with the glitter, and the same, you know, repainting, but they're on a darker. I mean, they're beautiful. They're very expensive. I think they're about $120, something like that. And she charges $65 to ship to the UK. So you need a couple of hundred, because with import tax as well, to buy one deck. But I traded for mine. So I've got some out of print decks that I decided to trade. And I traded with Jessie Driscoll, who turned out to be living in the same town as Carol Hertzer. Okay, let's try and catch up. A. Jones, I'm a big fan of your videos. Thank you. That's a nice thing to say. It's lovely to have you here. I watched a fair amount of Wednesday, then had to take a break. Not sure why. I plan to watch more. Sometimes you can. Too much of a good thing. You know, you get... When I binge watch, I mean, like The Crown, I think I binge watched that in 2 days, because The Crown. But like I was saying to you, when I watched Happy Valley, I had to take a break because it's quite hard hitting, but it's so good. Good evening, ladies and jelly spoons. Good evening, Mr. Chris. How are you doing? Are you all unpacked now? I remember those tubes of glitter. Yeah. Simon, unfortunately, we cannot buy this glitter tarot in the Netherlands. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, can you still get did they just not ship at all there? Can you get any other decks by Tarot Collectibles? Or I was watching on Roku, but I had to go and get what's Roku? Is that a streaming service? A happy Pam A Christmas from me. A happy Pam A Christmas from me. Have you got a Pam A? Did you get it for Christmas? Where are we? Only Murders in the Building is with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Very fun whodunit. Oh, okay, is it like a Cluedo then? You don't call it Cluedo in the US, do you? What do you guys call it? There was a film made about it. I think Tim Curry was in it. But it was based on the board game, but we call it Cluedo here. But I can't remember now what you guys call it. Twee, overly sentimental. We say twee here in the US sometimes, but it's an older slang word now. Yeah, twee literally means two in Dutch. Oh, that's sweet. We had neighbours we called Mr. and Mrs. Twee. Did they have like fancy lace curtains and like frilly tablecloths and the doilies on the arms of the chairs? I thought twee was like cloyingly cute or sweet. Simon, is twee for you all how we in the States say, oh, it's meh? No, I won't say meh, but you know, does that sort of sweet It's nice, but it's a little bit twee. I don't know how else to describe twee. I should just do a dictionary search, shouldn't I? Emmy says, I watch Great British Bake Off exactly because I need a dose of twee. Patsy's rooting for Jill. I see the poppet on your desk. I have one too, but it smells funny once the cone gets to the bottom. Did you have that issue? Yes, and I've not really put it's still got a full cone in there that's not lit, because it's hard to stay lit as well in there because the cones are bigger than the hole, so they're a pain to get in and they're a pain to stay lit. So it's more just a little ornament now. So, right, have I caught up? Nasty man, Matt. I really hope Matt doesn't win. I don't think he will win. Oh, if he were king of the jungle, can you imagine his ego? I don't think he would win. Really don't think the British public are that. It depends who's voting. Depends what the demographic is, really. I'm the same, not fussy on soccer or football. Yeah, just especially I can't support it this year, but I went there last week, so I won't go there again. But the women's who won the World Cup, I believe 4 years ago, or was it 8? Time flies. The women's who won the World Cup. I'm not sure. I wanted George too. He's my idol. He was so real, wasn't he? You know, there's been some criticism about him, but what I really admire about Boy George is the fact that he doesn't, no, he had an issue and he took it straight to the person. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know who you are because you haven't assigned your name, but hello and welcome. So that's because I'm streaming into the Hermit's Cave Facebook group as well. Yeah, he confronted Matt. He said, I've got a bit of an issue with you, but that's about me, and I've got to deal with that. But he did it to his face. And everybody else that's had issues around Matt, it's been outside of that sort of, outside of that environment. They've just taken themselves away in the whispering, which is terrible. If you're going to, or if you, and it's natural that people have got strong opinions about him, but talk to him, tell him, and that's what I really admired about Boy George for doing that. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you. How are you? It's been a while. I'm determined to be extra good this year. No sweets at home. Oh, I'll probably have some in for Christmas. And I love my wine. I mean, the three staples that I just have to get in at Christmas is Bailey's, Advocaat, and then always some sort of nut selection. Tesco's got some amazing ones at the moment. They've got my eye on ready for Christmas, like the maple nut selection. Oh no, more decks to add to my wish list. I just love them. What is the most expensive mass market deck at this point, I wonder? Gosh, mass market, expensive? If they're mass market, they tend to be around the £40 to £50 mark. That would be expensive. I can't really think of any off the top of my head that is that much. Although there was one from Red Feather recently that I did a walkthrough of that was sent to me, and somebody said, oh wow, that's 40 something, either 40 something dollars or pounds. I was like, wow, that is quite a lot for mass market. Was it the William Blake tarot? Got 2 kids with the flu, so I'm hiding. Yeah, the flu is really taking hold this time, and I was reading up about it, and it's because it's been suppressed for the last 2 winters with COVID and everything, and now it's back with a vengeance. It's putting people in hospital. It's really bad. I got my flu jab about 2 weeks ago, I think it was now. Roku is a free streaming service. Right, okay. Just finished The Crown as well. Made me look at Princess Diana differently. What, positive? More positive? Or Clue? It was just called Clue, was it? Wow, Simon is way behind in the chat. Oh my gosh. Twee, cutesy. The game is Clue. I must be way behind because does somebody want to put a timestamp? Because now on iPad, even though it does it on StreamYard, if you see here, look, it doesn't give you a timestamp next to the names anymore. So I don't know how far behind I am. So I'll look there to give me an idea. So at the moment it's 1936. Solar Buska Museum Edition is most expensive on my list. That's it. Fyodor Pavlov US Games is $50. That's the one actually, and I think it was Sandra. Wasn't it Sandra? Because the independent Fyodor Pavlov was on my wish list. And then I kind of took it off because I thought, well, if it's coming out mass market, I'm sure if it's US Games, who, let's be honest, do brilliant card stock and everything in quality, I'll just get it from there. But it's about the same price mass as it is indie. Oh, more. Fyodor Pavlov deck is more expensive than the indie. That just doesn't make sense, does it? Found Dark Mansions Tarot on eBay for $10.99. Pretty excited. Just be careful, Becky Beetle, because it has been ripped off. People have been posting about it, so just check. Because eBay, you just never know, do you? You don't even know on Amazon now. But Dark Mansion has been ripped off. Bailey's good with coffee in the morning, good with coffee after dinner. Just good, Calla. Bailey's is just good, full stop. It's even nice on cornflakes. No, I'm joking. I don't put Bailey's on my cornflakes. Yes, it's quite messy. Oh no. Well, I hope they make a speedy recovery, and I hope you don't come down with it as well. Always loving my Tower of the Abyss, fangirl, and more accurately, old fangirl. My Tower of the Abyss is always right next to me here, where I can grab it as well. It is a fantastic, fantastic deck. So I think we're all fangirls and fanboys when it comes to Anna and her work. Yes, it was Simon. Oh, I must be catching up then, because that was only a couple of minutes ago. I just got that Pavlov deck. It is plastic, and it's a shuffle drew. Oh, it's plastic. So US Games have released it on plastic cardstock. That'll be why then that it's £50, because you do pay a little bit more for plastic decks. Just like the yellow box in plastic, that was a little bit more. Which I got from US Games. The for Hertzer is lovely. I think plastic decks are pricey. It's just dropped. It's just jumped again. Oh yeah, Tower of the Abyss is now ripped off too. Oh gosh. And it's not an expensive deck, you know. It's really affordable. But I do believe a lot of people buy in ignorance because they just don't know, and you trust sources like Amazon. But how disappointing when you get it and then you just see the inferior quality compared. Publisher had to take a couple. Bailey's is my go-to Christmas gift to give. I'll take a couple down. Okay. I just don't. It's really sad, isn't it? Because people see it and think, oh, that's dropped in price. Then they get it and they see the quality of it. I can always remember Selkie when she bought Deviant Moon, and she was like, why is everybody raving about Deviant Moon? It's little and it's paper thin. I'm like, you've brought a rip-off. But she didn't know. She just bought it from, I think she said, from Amazon. Yes, I agree, Jay. Baileys is good over vanilla ice cream. Yeah. At one time, you could get Baileys flavored Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and that was just a whole nother level. Pouring your Baileys over your Baileys ice cream. I got a fake Dark Mansions. It's much smaller than the real deck. They usually are. I got tarot. What's that fairy tarot? Not fairy tale tarot. That's way out of print. And I saw it on eBay and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a really good price. And when I got it, it was about that big and it was paper. And I was like, I should have known. What's that? FYOFOR. Back order. Waiting on Amazon. Oh, is that the Fyodor Pavlov? I always say I don't like a collage deck, but I own quite a few. I say that. And it's not collage, it's based on art prints, but I'm going to be doing a video walkthrough tomorrow because the lovely Reese Maron has sent me her deck, and oh, it's beautiful. So I'm looking forward to opening that up tomorrow with you guys. Callus put, sure, you don't put Baileys on your cornflakes, Satan. I don't have cornflakes for a start. Lots of people showing love for Tower of the Abyss. So many decks get ripped off now. Yeah, they do, Patsy. And I always report, if I see it, report it, because it's just not fair. It's theft at the end of the day. They're selling it for under £10. Saw it for £3, but Booker's Mint. It's like that. Is it Wish? There's a site, I think it's called Wish, and they were showing tarot decks from anywhere between £3 and £7. And you're like, well, you just know it's going to be a rip-off. It's not going to be the actual real deal. And, the book's missing. I mean, what's that about? It's just, and we all know, don't we, when you get a deck, even a deck that's not a rip-off, like that one I did about the RWS, it's paper thin, it's just not usable. As soon as you shuffle it, it's going to rip, and you're just throwing money away because they won't last. But again, that's assuming people are making a conscious choice to buy a pirate deck. Very upsetting. It is. It's upsetting for us as consumers when we're hoodwinked, but it's even more upsetting for someone such as yourself, Arna, who spend how long creating a deck? I mean, I was following Tarot of the Abyss from 2018 to when it came out last year. And each time you'd post in your group an image, I know how long it takes. And the same now, watching you with your Arthurian tarot, how long it takes, and it's your livelihood. And then somebody just comes along and thinks, I'm going to make money of that, and produces something so inferior. So, Hermit of Visconti said, I brought 3 decks from Wish, never again. Yeah. I posted a picture in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group earlier. I went downstairs to the mall below me, and as I walked along, they've got these kind of, they pop up, but they can be there all year in the middle of the mall, so not the shops to the sides, and they're like market stalls but a bit more permanent. And there were 5 decks hanging, and I didn't know any of them, but they're by a company called Dark Cinema. And I looked at one, the one I really was interested in because the artwork looked nice. The Witch Folk, I think it was called, looked quite interesting. But one that they did have out on the counter, the cards were about that big, and they were really thin. And I thought, are these even genuine? Because you just don't know in market stalls either. I just got the Slavic Legends Tarot. It's gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on a. It really does look gorgeous at first, but I was like that with Dark Mansion. Then I ended up getting the deluxe edition and the standard edition. I was like, no, I'm not going to be tempted by it. Not going to be tempted. No, I'm not going to use it. And then I ended up getting it. And I was the same with Slavic Legends. But the more I see it, I'm like, oh, gorgeous. But I can't. I mustn't. I got Trionfi della Luna a few months ago. Sluggo. Yeah, Trionfi della Luna is great. There's the Rainbow edition now. Is it the last shout, the last one? But I can bend those Dark Mansion cards, the fakes, into origami. It's terrible, terrible. Went on Tarot Collectibles website to have a look. Winter RWS, but now I'm in love with the Tripping RWS Stars edition. Yeah, that's the one where it's actually in the lamination, isn't it? Fairy Tale Tarot is coming back. The Lisa Hunt one. Oh, that's so exciting if it is. The illustrations for the Slavic Legends is just mind-blowing. Wow. I know. I know. I have some Godiva chocolate liqueur I put over ice cream. Not heard of Godiva chocolate liqueur. Patsy might have to get it. I mean, I normally buy myself a deck for Christmas every year, but I thought I'm not going to this year because I don't know why. I just thought, well, I've got enough. Said no one ever. But maybe I'll watch another walkthrough. I just received my Slavic Legends today and it's gorgeous, though no book. Oh, there is different versions as well, isn't there? There's the version that's on, I heard there was 2 versions. One that's like on gloss and one that's on matte or something. No book, no sale. Well, it took like 4 years, but it was put on hold for the Bone Stone. Right, okay. The Arthurian Tarot is like done. It's like done. Wow, does that mean... Sorry to put you on the spot, Arna. But does that mean now that the Arthurian Tarot is done, that you're going to pick up again the project of Tarot of Echoes? I can't wait for that one. I'm beyond excited. That's one that's an instant purchase where I don't even need to consider. Knockoffs often come in tuck boxes. Yeah, that's true. Super excited about the Fairy Tale. Me too. Is that a definite thing? JL is also favouring the Groovy Weight. I've got the Groovy Weight. All my tarot collectible ones are here. So that's the Neon Pam. That's a fab deck. And then there's the Psychedelic Space Tarot of theirs. And then the Black Light Tarot, that's groovy. And then we've got the Tripping Weight. That was the first one of this I got back in 2018. And then the Groovy Weight. But then I've got the Dead Weight as well. So I need to put all these back now. There's a what? A gouger on Etsy for the Slavic legends. A gouger? What do you think of the new AI decks? I know it's a hot topic. I mean, it just basically means anybody can create a tarot and great, you know. I think it's fun if you wanted to create your own tarot for you. But I think there's going to be a sort of proliferation of tarot decks being churned out because anybody can use an AI app and just put in something like Emperor and they'll get an image come up. Or so I don't know, you know, each to their own, but it's not something. I think we'll just end up with this sort of blandness of decks that pretty much all look the same. Just my views. I have the Groovy Weight and love it. Really takes you back to that period in time. Yes, the Lisa Hunt one. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic news. How did I not know this? Where have I been hiding? I'm a Virgo, so artistically, I naturally favour old school art mediums. I love the look of the Slavic legends too. Try and catch up a bit. It means I have like 6 cards left, and yes, I'm getting back to the Tarot of Echoes. Oh, that's fantastic. 6 cards. It's incredible, really, you know, that an artist like you can produce 78 pieces of art, even in just a couple of years. It always blows my mind. It's like when I first read about Pixie, you know, creating, I think it was 80 she did, wasn't it, for the RWS, in like, was it 6 months? It's just incredible. I would love Anna's Arthurian Tarot for sure. Well, that one's going mass market, isn't it? The Arthurian Tarot. It's a French edition, but I think we'll be able to get it on somewhere like Amazon France. Is that right, Anna? Sure, that's what I heard somewhere. It's going to be published in France, yeah. Please do try for UK. It won't be up to Anna. It's the publishers, isn't it? I hate them slightly less than the fakers, but only slightly. Price gouger. Oh, is that where somebody just hikes up the price? Yeah, especially when something becomes popular or out of print. Simon, thank you for showing them off. They're lovely and fun. They have good energy. Always need to know that I can connect and vibe with tarot deck or anything. Yeah, and all of those JL that I've shown there, I have done walkthroughs and shared my thoughts and things on those decks. Couple I've bought, but others have been sent to me by Tarot Collectibles. They've been very generous in the past and sent me decks for review. So obviously there are walkthroughs up if you wanted to take a closer look. There is an AI deck on Kickstarter that I backed, still waiting to see what it's like in deck form. Techno Mage Tarot is the deck. I don't know. I just don't know. Personally, I would rather support an artist who has put, you know, blood, sweat and tears into not just creating a tarot card, but, you know, you get to hear their, especially when they do talk about their decks that they create, and you get to hear their thought processes of why they depicted that particular archetype in that way, or why they've created this scene. You know, there's something that's gone into it. They're creating a beautiful piece of art. They haven't just gone onto an app and pressed a button and typed in a word and then, oh yeah, that makes a good high priestess. Let's put that in. You could create a deck within a couple of hours using an AI app. Whereas, you know, look at Marie White for Marielle. 10 years work there in that deck. 10 years work. So for me, I prefer decks, and I have, you know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I have got some decks that have been collaged or pre-existing artwork has been used, but there's still been a process of a creator sitting there and thinking about, you know, how it fits. Out of print I can see, but it just put the screws on you. I can see, you know, and that's the thing. Anything that becomes harder to get, the price is going to go up. So I see it as well. But we also have to remember that sometimes when a deck is released and it's limited in number, there will be people who will buy 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 copies with the intention of making money off the back of it. It happens. And that's fine if, you know, you've got that money and you really want the deck. It's an available option. But I don't know. For me, it just doesn't sit right. Hello, Lily Rose. Simon, I will go and look up your Tarot Collectibles video later. You're welcome. Has anyone looked at the Pastoral Tarot? It looks like original art. I haven't seen an AI that I'm tempted by yet. There are some decks on Kickstarter. Apparently Kickstarter's got quite a lot of AI decks at the moment. Anna, if you're still here, you are, yeah. Or you might have answered. I was going to say, being as you asked the question, what are your thoughts as an artist? What are your thoughts on AI decks? But I've just seen you put, I think the AI generated images are cool, but you can tell immediately that it's AI. They all have this look. They do. Kind of reminds me of in the 80s, for those of us who are old enough to remember the 80s, and you got Athena. There was a shop called Athena, and it used to sell posters and prints and that sort of thing. And there was this style of art that always had like neon colours and always looked a bit spacey, and they were everywhere. All my friends in the 80s when I was at school, you'd go around to their house, you'd hang out in their bedroom, and they had these Athena posters on the wall, and they just all became a bit sort of samey. The lovely Patrice says, yes, Simon, it's so important to support our deck creators deck creators. It's one of my joys in life. Personal art over AI any day. Totally agree. Benabel Wen tried AI art and showed the results for her detailed instructions, and the results were so weird. I just got the Mushroom Hunters Tarot. It features Pixie's font and backgrounds, but all the characters are various mushrooms from around the world. Wow. I don't think I know the pastoral deck. I remember Athena, yeah. I mean, there were some really famous images that came out of Athena, like the naked man holding the baby in his arms. Well, I say naked, topless, part was naked, and he was holding a newborn baby in his arms, and that was a really iconic image of the 80s. Here in the 80s, moi, I'm not too keen on the AI art, mostly because how they made the programs. They pretty much trained the AI programs by ripping off, copying living and dead artists without permission. Something icky about it. Revised to do the poster. Oh, that's just gone as I was halfway through reading it, got retracted. Pastoral Tarot is a Lisa Hunt deck new to US games. Need to check it out. I need to remember Pastoral and check it out. So now we have to go to this database. Yeah, well, we don't though, do we? Oh, I see what you mean, to make sure our work is not on their database. Ugh. I never even considered that. I never considered it. I just thought it was an application that just generated. But yeah, where's it going to pull it from? Okay, I've been on an hour and I haven't even done what I was going to do. I really enjoyed just having that catch up though. And that's CC&C, isn't it? Cuppa, catch up, and then cards. So, I wanted to talk about what's in the box. So do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I bought this a couple of Sundays ago. It's a lovely big box. Really, it's quite heavy. And it's my coffee table top box. And in it, I put what I'm going to call my Power 5. Okay. So these are not, and I need to stress this, and I did a little banner. These are not my favorite decks. They're not my current favorite decks. These are the decks that I tend to just grab for the most, if that makes sense. I've got my favorite decks around me. But you know, if I'm wanting to just do a quick reading, or I don't want to say plain and simple because that's not the right phrase, but just those decks that I find are my hard hitters, the ones that get a lot of work and use. A bit like when I did the workhorse decks, but the difference is the 5 that I've got in here aren't all tarot. Okay, so what I've got is a RWS, a Marseille, an Oracle, and a playing card deck, and then a little divination tool. But they sit really nicely in this box. I love the lining inside this box too. And they just sit on my coffee table. So I thought I would show you my Power 5. Simon, I just sent you an email about the fairy tale. Thank you, Michelle. That's all right, Flagella. Is it Flagella? That's all right. I was just halfway through reading it when it disappeared. Oh, could do a VR to this. Yeah, do a VR. If you want to, that would be great. I'll look out for it. Okay, so Power 5, those decks that I just want, you know, pick up, do a reading, your talkative decks. Hello, Anne. Yeah, just no fanciness or anything like that. Just the Power Five, the ones I'm grabbing because I want to do a quick reading. So obviously, my tarot is RWS. Now, the one I use, and again, these aren't my favourites. When it's RWS, I've got my Blushing Fool, I've got my Conrad Stain, Roses and Lilies, A, B, C, and D. You know, I've got loads of beautifully coloured ones. I've just showed the Carol Hertzer decks. It's not my favourite, it's the one I just grabbed for. And this one is a Pam A with the crackle backs, uses Pixies calligraphy, and it's on the thick MPC cardstock because the original Pam A was on thick cardstock. And this is the Superior Smooth, I believe, or it might be the Standard Smooth. I think it's the Superior Smooth. But it doesn't matter if this gets dinged up, you know, because it's replaceable on MPC. And I love this because it's scans at the Pam A. It's got that kind of vintagey feel. Feels very authentic. The colours are nice. They're not gaudy. I know a lot of people, particularly with the US Games yellow box, have an issue with the bright gaudy yellows. But as you can see here, it's quite a nice muted colour. And I love this. I mean, look at the Magician. The yellow is almost kind of like a mustardy colour. So this one is just the one that gets the most use. The RWS deck that gets the most use. It's already getting a bit not dinged, but a little bit, you know, off colour because of the size on the sides because I've used it a lot, but it's perfect. Absolutely perfect for me. That's okay. Lovely to see you here, Anne. Is Anne having to go? Oh no, I'm a bit late to the party. That's all right. It is lovely to have you here. I feel like I'm quite behind because it's nearly 8:10, but we had a lovely catch up, and that's what it's about. So RWS deck. No frills or anything like that. It's authentic. It's what it is. So that's in there. And then my Marseille is the same. It hasn't changed from when I put things in this box. And it's the most recent offering from Artisan Tarot. And this is the Reveal. And look at the bag. The bag is gorgeous. It's lined. It's beautiful. But there is something about this deck that I just love. It's quirky, it's colourful. They've done a fantastic job in, you know, breathing life into the Reveal. It's on that casino quality, playing card, laminated, what's the word I'm looking for? Not laminated. What's the word? Help me. This is why I shouldn't be on for more than an hour. Linen, not laminated, linen cardstock. And it's just glorious. I love the facial expressions. I love the colours. Beautiful purples. And for a Marseille style deck, I can't find any fault with this at all. Shuffles like a dream, and it's just wonderful. And I know not everybody likes pit decks, but I like them. I really like them because I use numerology. There's the Tower. Our lovers. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And I've got all of Artisan Tarot decks, and this is my favourite. And I always used to say, oh, it's the Dodal. I love the Dodal. But then this came out, and it's blown everything out the water. Jen's here. Lovely to see you. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? That new Artisan Tarot deck is gorgeous. Colour, it's beyond gorgeous. I love it. For an oracle for a Power 5, one that I just want to grab. I've had this about a year now, and it's just so simple. And it's the Oracle X. Now, there's 100 cards, but you can have 38 cards. You could have 200 cards. The choice is yours. So when you buy an Oracle X pack, you get, I think it's something like the first 25 cards, everybody's going to have the same. But then the extra 13 cards, if I'm getting the numbering right, but the concepts there, are going to be at random. So no two decks are the same when you buy them. But not only that, you can then go onto the website and you can add extra cards. And they start off at 79 pence a card. But the more that you add to your cart, the cheaper the cost is. So it's really cool, and I can't believe, that not more people don't do it. I edged it in this beautiful brown, like the backs. But what I really like about this, and as a kind of a go-to quick, is because of the cards that I chose, they tell a story. So when I pull from these, I will pull about 5 cards, okay, and I'll just lay them down. And I can see, I've just pulled these 5. So there's a message here about, having patience and boundaries. But having patience and boundaries, not to have guilt. Maybe it's around my health or my lifestyle and how I associate guilt with that. And, the need to perhaps set some healthy boundaries. So that I don't unravel. And it's that simple, you just pull these cards, and the artwork is really nice. It's really simple, but it's really nice. And we've got things like rainbow, temptation, retreat, nest, and they're a lovely little size. They're kind of like a Lenormand size. Got healer, escape. Oh, I've got to do an escape room in January as a team building. I don't have a logical brain, and I'm not going to stress about it, but you all know how my brain is wired, and it's not logical at all. I'm like, escape room, do we have to? Doorway, I love that. That's come up, this card has come up quite a few times for me over the last few months. It's trying to tell me something. But yeah, so the keywords, they're just that, they're a keyword, nice simple image. And it's great just to throw down 4 or 5 cards and just look at, it's almost like looking at a storyboard. So Oracle X is in there as well. Simon escape room. I can't get out of it. Jen says escape rooms are so fun. Okay, and then playing cards. Now, I've got a ton of playing cards, and it's not technically, well, it is, but the one I love the most is the Cartomancer poker deck. Love it. There is a dark version now, which is like a shadow version, which reverses the images and it's on a dark background. I even though this is indie, I picked this up in the local shop down in the city, Ice 9. That's the little booklet that comes with it. So it is a playing card deck. As you can see here, we've got the King of Hearts. But you get these images and then you get some keywords. So the family chief. And then if we look here for the Queen of Diamonds, we've got Mother Earth. I mean, it makes sense, right? Queen, Mother, energy, archetype. Pentacles, diamonds, the Earth suit. So we've got Mother Earth. But then we've got things like ego. And I just think the illustrations are wonderful on this deck. Discovery. I really love it. And again, I mean, these are the backs. It's on that beautiful, soft linen. It's one of the softest. Try and catch it so you can see the linen. Maybe you can't, but it's... Oh, it's just beautiful. We've got desire for the 5 of spades. Hi Shelby, thank you. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Herald the Heart. Yeah, so this one, I mean, look at this, the shadow card. It's a fantastic playing card deck, but it's great for cartomancy as well. The Chief of Eternity. Look at the artwork. So I couldn't be without this, and so this is on my coffee table in my Power 5 because feeling it's just amazing, amazing. Instinct. We have the woman, we have the man. Faith. We have the animus and anima. Okay, so yeah, that one is my favourite playing card deck. What can we expect? Or you're all on about escape rooms. Is Anna off? Bye Anna, thanks for joining us. Hope the kids get well soon. And I've got this little case to keep that in. It's cute. So that's the 4. Now, the 5th thing, so RW, I don't do Thoth. You all know I don't do Thoth. RWS, Marseille, Oracle deck, playing card deck, and then the 5th thing is just an item of divination. Now, I got this about a month ago, and it was sent by Stephanie. And I love this so much. It's a coin. And, you know, when people go on about divination and they're like, look at me and they go, divination? And I say, do you never toss a coin if you're trying to make a decision? How many people do you know will toss a coin? Oh, let's toss a coin on it. So this was the one that was inspired by her tarot deck. I wanted to say, oh, gosh, my brain is just stalling. What is it? Oak, ash and thorn. Oh my gosh, it's just not working tonight. So on it, we've got an alert. As you can see here, we've got this little field mouse looking up at the insect. It's alert, okay? And then on this side, we've got this little sleeping hare. Okay, can you see? And the idea is, obviously, like anything, you toss the coin, and if it's sleeping, oh, this one is alert, you know, it's good to go. It's a positive. In fact, I'll give you the words because it's written quite nicely, but obviously if it's sleeping, now's not the right time. So, little box that you got with it. If the coin lands sleepy side facing up, it might be telling you no. wait, or avoid, or it might point to something improbable or unlikely. If the coin lands alert side facing up, it might be telling you yes, proceed, or engage. It might point to something possible or imaginable. So I really like that. And you know, you don't need a coin like this. You could use any coin, right? As people do. You know, heads or tails, we hear that being said all the time. I'm sure it's the same in other countries, but certainly ones that's, you know, all the way through my lifetime, I can remember, we'll toss a coin. So it's sleepy. And it's a really nice heavy coin. So I've been using that quite a bit. I've just kept it in this little pouch. And, you know, if I'm just wanting to, something quick, a yes or no, then the coin is perfect for that. So that's in there. So that's my Power 5. All nice in this box. RWS, Marseille, playing card, Oracle, and the coin, as you can see there. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Simon, you are the only person other than myself that I've heard Toth pronounced as Toth. Yeah, some people say Thoth, Toth, Thoth, like froth. I kind of just say Toth, Toth. What a gorgeous coin. It really is, Kate. It's a beautiful coin. The detail on that coin is fantastic. That box is lovely. Any room to squeeze a pendulum in there. Probably don't need it with the coin. Yeah, and I have on, I don't know if you can see here, this charging plate. Yeah, I think you can see it. Let me take off the tag and then you'll see it better, won't you? Okay, so I have it out anyway, and this one is my favourite, and I've got a number of dowsing crystals, but this one is just gorgeous, and it was made by Twist, you know, Twist the Leaf, and he sent it me probably, I think, the beginning of lockdown, so a couple of years ago now. But I keep this on the charging plate here because it is so responsive. So it's not in my box, Robin, just because it's out all the time and it's always on charge. And it's just gorgeous. And it was handmade, you know, for me and mine. So I feel like I've got a really strong personal connection with it. So yeah, so that one's always out there for me to use. Bailey's in a nap time. You're already on the Bailey's colour. You're tempting me. I'll start calling you Satan. Might call you Lucy for Lucifer if I'm Satan. I missed Twist the Leaf and Connor too. Yeah, I wonder how Connor's getting on. I wonder how he's doing. I see him on Instagram. He kind of got busy with university and stuff, didn't he? That should be done now, I'd imagine. All right, let's have a card. Who made that again? The pendulum. Somebody who used to be in the tarot community, didn't have a channel, but was, you know, very active, such as yourself, called Twist the Leaf. That was his, and he was a he, I know he's a he. That was his YouTube name, Twist the Leaf. And he was lovely, really nice, friendly. And he sent it me as a gift. He made it for me and sent it me, which was just, you know, there's something really special, isn't there? When, I mean, to receive a gift is really special. But again, when something's been handmade and they say to you, I've made this for you in mind, then you just have a really, it becomes a treasured thing that will be with me forever. I don't know if he has an Etsy shop. I don't recall him having an Etsy shop. I love the way it looks like a little goddess figure, the pendulum. Oh, right, yeah. Well, there's a goddess figure next to the pendulum as well, in opalite. Love her. She's on the charging plate. And then I've got a beautiful piece of fluorite I keep on there. And then a dyed quartz piece, because I just think it's really pretty. Satan's little helper. I read that at first as Santa's little helper. I thought, why is Carla going on about Santa? I'm confused. Is this live? This is Dan. Dan's poorly at the minute. I hope it's really poorly. He's been in bed since Thursday. So can we send lots of healing vibes to Dan? Thorn of the Veil in the chat, my friend Dan. So yes, we're live. Hi, Lowen. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Oh, we have temperance. Temperance is a message, the card of restraint. Moderation in all things. Well, this has come up a few times during tonight's live, hasn't it? About, you know, the need to really think things through, particularly when you was all talking to me about the Slavic legends tarot. But no, in all seriousness, it's not just about restrictions. It's not just about, you know, for me, when the temperance comes up, I love this version as well. Look at the colour of her hair in this beautiful teal colour. It's, when it comes up for me, it's about the need to temper things, to make life a little softer. You know, sometimes we just need to take a softer approach to things. Sometimes it's just about being a little bit more patient rather than, you know, really forcing things to happen. That's kind of what I'm picking up. I mean, if you see this card and you're thinking, yeah, because loads of people have just been like, whilst you've been chatting, Simon, I've just been on, I've looked at this deck and it's very expensive and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely. Particularly now in the way the world is, we're having to make more conscious decisions and temper things so that we're showing a bit of restraint. But sometimes it's about our attitude towards things as well, you know, and sometimes we get swept up in the excitement and the drama of things. And actually the temperance card reminds us that it's really important to have that in check. Sometimes life can be smooth, you know, and we can coast along a little bit. It's not always a bad thing to coast. So, you know, don't force things to happen. Let it happen in time. Show a little bit of patience and, you know, use that time to plan or to think about things that you really want to do rather than rushing in headlong. Thank you, everybody, sending healing energy to our Dan. Let me know. You might have done. I always put do not disturb on my phone while I'm live because it's a Mac, so it all connects and I get things bleeping. So I did say to you, didn't I? Let me know how you got on. So you may have already done that, but if you haven't, then I hope you're okay. Temperance is actually a good card for the holiday season too. Yes, yes, it is. It's next week's card in the Hermit's Cave. Of course, we're on Death Week, aren't we? Until Monday. Yes. Wow. The card for the week has come up for the card for the week. I hadn't made that connection. Tarot and its synchronicity, isn't it strange? Hi, Katrina. I'm actually finishing now, but yeah, thank you for being here. It's been a nice chat. I thought I would spend longer on the stuff in the box, than chatting, but that wasn't the case. But you know, it's all good. I've really enjoyed being here. So thanks for being with me. I'm going to go and get some dinner now. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. I will be here, well, not live, but I will be on tomorrow to do a walkthrough of this deck that's arrived today from Reese at the Curated Path. So yes, look out for that. And thanks again, and enjoy your weekend, everybody. Until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.